Hey everyone, welcome to the Game Hut. Well, I just loaded into this game and right away there's just a fellow walking by me. Not even a game title. I have no idea what this game is. I just picked it up on Steam Games. It's a Japanese developed game. I think it's called Exit 8. And, well, I'm just going to start playing. I have no idea what this game is. I think it's a bit of a scary game of some sort, perhaps. Either a scary game or perhaps a sci-fi game. Not really sure. Oh, isn't that odd? When I bring my yellow colored coffee cup out to my face, my green screen kind of starts to show. Look at that. Isn't that strange? Look at that. Probably because it's yellow is a similar sort of nearby color to the color green. That's funny. There we are. Sweet but bitter coffee. There we go. Okay, well, we just witnessed a gentleman walk by us. That's how the game opened up. Oh. Turn my volume up a little bit. And enter that room. Can I see my feet? No, not in this game. You know, it's rare that you find games where you can actually see your own feet. One thing I noticed right away while walking around, it feels really good. Like, really swift, comfortable, spongy. I feel like I actually have kneecaps though. Like my character is walking on kneecaps. I really like the feel of the movement of this game. It's hard to describe, but it feels really nice. You know? And how it interacts with my mouse and keyboard. It feels like like I'm actually a person walking. A little bit of a bounce to the step. I don't know where I am. I mean, probably a subway station, I might presume. Oh, we got some English here. That's good. Naboo Park, that way. Mizus Junior High School, Yanago Temple, Nahiri Building, Haponji Crossing. Haponji Crossing. Exit 0. I think this game is called Exit 8. You know, that was just the first sign we saw. Oh, here's another gentleman walking by. Exit 8. We are now at Exit 8. Follow the yellow line, I presume. Can I just see this guy? I feel like that was the exact same guy I just saw upon entering the game. Not a security camera up there. This follow the yellow line business is kind of funny because there's actually nowhere else to go beyond forwards and backwards. Got some side doors. Oh, I can run. Woo, look at this. We can run in this game. That's kind of interesting. Another guy walking by. Nice cool posters. The heck? Same guy. That's the same guy, right? I'm going to stand right in his way. Oh, he's probably going to walk right through me. No, he just walks into me and around me. Same guy. The heck? $10 for 10 movies for only 3,000 yen. What a deal. Security camera in operation. Eyeballs. Guide. Don't overlook any anomalies. If you find anomalies, turn back immediately. If you don't find anomalies, do not turn back. To go out from exit 8. Well, that's a strange guide. Anomalies down here? So if I encounter any anomalies, I'm supposed to turn back. Why are we... This is exit 8 again. Are we, like, going in circles? This is exit 8. And, hello, sir. Fancy meeting you here again. So I'm going in circles. And for sure that gentleman is also going into circles. I'm seeing something up here. What is that? What the hell? I'm running backwards. I'm just gonna run. Oh! I was trying to run! Ah! What happened? That was an anomaly. I died, apparently. I just died. I was actually trying to run backwards. I was running backwards, and then I had to stop because I hit a wall. Then I was trying to turn over to the side to run again, but for some reason my shift button for run was not corresponding. It was really annoying. It was like locked out or something. It wasn't working. Strange. And then that weird wall anomaly guy caught me. Let's do another test here. Running backwards. Running backwards, running backwards. Hit the wall. Run this way. Look at that. The shift button no longer works. It doesn't work. It doesn't keep the run on. Well, that's odd to me. I knew there was some issue there. Running. Boom. Hit the wall. I continue to hold the shift button, but then it stops working. He no longer runs. So, let's try this. Run backwards. Boom. Then if I hit the wall, I have to release the shift button, hit it again to run again. Wow, that's kind of a little bit gimmicky. What was that? There's a camouflaged guy in the wall? That was really weird. Why is there a camouflaged guy in the wall like that? We're just gonna run right through. I think this is where we left off, right here. No, not quite. This is exit 8 again. We're just going in circles. That's the guide. I think. No, that's not quite. It was at the exit 8. Oh, that's another guide. Okay. Yeah, here it is. This is where we found the anomaly in this wall. Greetings. It's not here anymore. The anomaly is no longer here. Well, that's strange. He was right here. It's like it remembered. The game remembered our death. Weird. Okay. Well, we'll keep our eyes peeled for more anomalies. There's a hatch up here. I wouldn't say that's an anomaly, but, you know. Oh, there's another hatch, so that's less of a happening. I thought that might have been a detail. Nope, nope. Coffee! So I noticed that this this sign here, this arrow sign, actually says keep left. Keep to my left, huh? Like left of the line? Should I just do that? Like, I don't know. Might as well listen to the sign. Keep left. I'm keeping left. And this fellow is on the right. Hello, I feel like we should meet each other, like, introduce each other at this point, you know? Wonder what his name is. Let's just call him Bob. Let's call him Bob. Keep left. We are still left. And, that's exit 1. There's Bob again. Hello, Bob. You don't look as anxious as I do, that's for sure. Even though we've been going around in circles for minutes now. Keep left. This is exit 0. Okay. And now we're back at exit 8. Keep to the left. Exit 0 again. That's so strange how... Like, where did exit 1 go? Exit 8. Ah, we're just like going in circles here, and nothing's actually happening. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know why we're here. We're caught in limbo. Well, should I stop walking on the left side? Maybe I'll go on the right side. That said, not listen to the sign. No smoking. Whoa! We're gonna run backwards. That's an anomaly. We're being flooded. Pipe leak. It said exit 3. I just saw it. It said exit 3 over there. Bob, did you just see that? I know you did. You literally walked right through that wash before you came up this other side here. You see that, Bob? 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 Bob's mute. Keep to your left, but we're on our right. Now, now it's exit 4. So we're going to reverse now. We're going backwards. And this facility is changing. I need to stay right on the line. Bob, hello, Bob. Feel free to say hello whenever you'd like. I don't think we formally met yet. Exit 5. The numbers are appreciating. Oh, now we're at exit 8. Woohoo! My God. Exit 0 again. Oh, no. Oh my gosh. Good grief. We're like stuck in this place, aren't we? This is the forever subterranean ground. Is this supposed to be like a subway station? I don't even know. Or like just an underground walk tunnel in a city? I think it might just be an underground walk tunnel. No. I thought we were onto something there because the exits were... The numerical exits were appreciating, which was good. But then, now they're back to reset again, it seems. Back to 0s and 1s. And the exit 8. Bob! Can you help, please? Bob! 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 I just want a little help, Bob. You know what I'd like to ask Bob? How long he feels he's actually been here. Walking around in circles. Wow, I literally just saw you around that corner, and here you are again. I don't want to turn into Bob. I don't want to become like Bob. Maybe Bob has been here for so long, he's well past his anxious era, and he's just given up. He's just resigned to the fact that he's here forever and ever, and now he's just casually walking through. Like a heartbeat, you know? Just not thinking about it. He's like a heartbeat. Calm, cool, and collected. Right, Bob? You're not stressing out anymore. You just don't care. You don't care. Do you, Bob? You don't care anymore. You've resigned to the fact that you are caught in this place forever. Let's strap. Hey, ooh, hop. Nothing's happening. Exit 2. Hey, exit 2. Normally we don't see an exit 2. Usually zeros and ones. It's like where... I kind of feel like where we happen to be walking on the ground is where things shift maybe a bit, when things might happen. Like if we're on the right side of this yellow line or the left side at any given time. Excuse me, Bob. Let's just stay to the right side then, even though the signs keep saying left side. Exit 2. So 1, 0, 1, 2. I just noticed that. Oh! I don't know why it scared me so much. There's a crack open. Look at it, she's creepy. She's just smiling through the dark of the room. Yo, that's creepy. She's not even really paying attention. She's not even paying attention. Can I open that up? No. No, I can't open it up. She's just standing there. She's not even paying attention to me. She's like a mannequin almost. Okay, I'm just gonna walk by that. Oh, that was technically an anomaly, right? What am I doing? Are you still there? Yep. That's an anomaly, technically, right? I think so. I mean, it's just a person staring through a door, but it's odd. It's weird. It could be like an anomaly, so we're gonna go backwards instead. Bob! You stopped walking! What? You're looking at your cell phone, huh? What's on your cell phone? Can I see? Nothing's on your cell phone. What's up? What's on your cell phone that allowed you to finally stop walking, Bob? Oh, well, he doesn't want to interact with me. He's standing right on the yellow line. Exit 3. Bob! It's another... Bob is back. I'm going to look over this side. It's just a peek. I'm not going to go fully backwards, but... Well, I did go a little bit backwards, and now it's saying exit 4 over there. Bob. You're walking again. You're back on your mission. Oh, that door is shut now. Hey, is that an anomaly? Look at this. Why is there a doorknob and lock in the middle of the door? That ain't right. That's strange. I would qualify that as an anomaly. Let's go backwards. That's pretty strange. I don't think that's normal. Oh. Bob is now stopped again. Now it's saying exit 0. Well, the hallways are certainly changing. Bob's looking around a little bit. Hey. It's like I'm not here, though. It's like he doesn't really recognize me or comprehend that I'm even standing around here or walking by him every single moment. Yeah, the door handle's back to where it is, where it was supposed to be. That's funny. Small details we gotta pay attention to. Right? Gotta pay attention to small details. Well, my character is certainly getting a lot of exercise. I can say that. I haven't seen Bob. I haven't seen Bob walk by for a while now, actually. Where's Bob? What happened to Bob? He's normally walking by us, like, every moment. Keep left. Oh, so we are definitely going backwards, because that sign arrow goes forwards. So we're still in, like, a backwards mode. Concourse. I don't know. Let's stick to the right side of the line for a while. I don't know if that's going to even do anything. Concourse. We are literally going in circles right now for sure. That's the concourse hallway. Concourse hallway. Okay, we are locked in this loop. Let's go on the left side of the line and see if that does anything. Concourse. No. Well, we didn't see any anomalies, but I feel like we should just go backwards. Anyway, because nothing's happening in this direction. Yeah. Let's go backwards. Or, I should say, forward. Because technically we're going forward. Exit 8, and here we are again. Well, good to see you again, Bob. Starting to feel a little lonely here. Imagine if this was like a purgatory reality. Like, imagine if you just found yourself in this kind of situation and this was the rest of your entire existence, walking around like looped hallways with Bob occasionally, you know, walking by, but he doesn't offer like very good company at all. Imagine that. Imagine that. We're just locked here, stuck here for all time. That'd be terrible. What a terrible thing. I see you, Bob. I see, but I also see something on the ground here. It looks like the line is broken slightly, or splotched out. Well, that is an anomaly. So let's follow Bob. Backwards. I'm a little faster than you, Bob. I'm a little faster than you. I can walk a little faster than you. Exit 2. Bob decided to stop and look at his phone again. Exit 8. I think I'm trying to sort of stick to the left side on purpose. What's this again? I want to read this a little bit more. Don't overlook any anomalies. If you find anomalies, turn back immediately. Immediately? Is that like the very first moment I see it? Or the moment that I walk into it or onto it? Maybe I should change my method of strategy and the moment I see one, turn back immediately. If you don't find anomalies, do not turn back. To go out from exit 8. That part confused me a bit, that last one. To go out from exit 8. Does that mean, is that like the way out of here? This like weird loop cycle. Basically to oh yeah, maybe exit 18 because there's doors here, right? So I would assume at some point maybe these doors will unlock and I can get through one of them to actually get out of here. I gotta say that wall guy was pretty creepy. Right early on at the gate too. Boo! This door is banging. What the heck? Hello? Hello? Can't open the door. Oh, I'm gonna turn it around. That's an anomaly, I think. Let's follow Bob. He's got his cell phone in his hand. Oh, I can still hear that door banging all the way down the hallway. That's pretty cool. Stops. Bob. Now, seeing Bob again, like do a loop, that wouldn't qualify as an anomaly, would it? 'Cause that's a weird thing, right? It's weird to see Bob walk by us again. I wonder if that's an anomaly. Like, should we be walking backwards whenever we see Bob? Immediately when we see Bob, should we walk the other way? I don't know about that one. If I start to really run out of ideas, I'll try that strategy. I'll try walking away as soon as I see Bob. It's funny because I feel like I'm actually not making progress in this game at all, but periodically new strange things do keep happening. So it gives me the sense that am I getting ahead in any way? Oh! Speak of the speak. There's a set of stairs here. Exit 18. Oh my god. Are we about to find our way out of purgatory? Bob! I found a way out! Bobby boy! Bob! I don't want to turn back because I don't want to lose this, just in case. I don't want to go back for Bob, but... Bob! Can't hear me. Bob can't hear me. If I can only take Bob with me. I feel bad for the fella. Exit 0. Oh, we're gonna walk in the light. Oh, I can hear the buzz of city life out there. Woo! Yes, we escaped purgatory, right? We escaped. Ugh, why are we back here? No! I thought we had escaped. I thought that was that. It said exit at 8, and we did. We exited at 8. We went upstairs and we were out of here. We heard the music of city life, right? Why are we back here again? Why did it send us back? Just running in circles. For some reason, I feel hungry playing this game. Huh? Bob's, your face. Bob's face looks like it's glitching out. Now, is that a game glitch? A graphical glitch? Or is that intended? Well, we're going to move backwards because that could very well be an anomaly. Even when we exit exit 18, or exit 8, we still come back. He stopped, he's looking at his cell phone again, and that thing, it felt like his face is disconfigured. Oh. Okay. All these posters are the same now. Is that another anomaly? Should we turn back? I think we should. That's an anomaly. We'll turn around again. I feel like this is an anomaly. 2 doors instead of 3 doors. I feel like, are there 2 different hallways with doors? I can't remember. But I think that we should turn around. I think there's normally 3 doors here, now there are 2. Well, I hope we're not going to screw this up. Oh, no, we did screw it up, didn't we? Yeah, there's an exit 18 hallway with doors, and there's also a Concord hallway. No, we didn't screw up. This is the concourse. We did it right. Yeah, we did it right. That was a good call. That was a good call. Like, imagine if the lights went out and you're here for all eternity. That would be even more frightening. Okay. So, I was facing this way. I was about to go forward into the darkness. I just happened to turn around by happenstance, just for the heck of it. And I'm looking over there, and I feel like that door looks a little bit funny. No, it's shut. I thought it was... At first I thought it was actually kind of open, but it's not. Where's this light coming from? There's a light. That's strange. I guess it's coming from me. It's shining in all directions. What am I holding? Am I holding a flashlight? Or it's probably my cell phone. Maybe my character has a cell phone. Wow, we're just wandering into the darkness here. We got power again. Odd. Okay. That's good because I don't like walking around in the dark. Bob! Did you not see that? Bob! This could be our exit, Bob. You walked right past an opening door. How did that not faze him? Then again, Bob might know something I don't know. Maybe he has fed up with all this nonsense, and he knows that walking into a completely pitch dark room is just going to lead to another calamity of some sort. Maybe Bob has fully just given up. He's just resigned. Nothing phases him anymore. Because he knows everything down here is a trick. Oh, that's completely dark. I don't know. Should I walk in there? Should I walk in there? I don't know. That's a smart thing to do. It said whenever I find an anomaly, just to walk backwards immediately. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pinch off my curiosity to walk through that door. Complete darkness. And I'm just going to walk backwards. I think I've had dreams, like nightmares about that actually. Walking through a door, and there's nothing on the other side, just complete black emptiness, and then you get lost in there. Like you just get lost in there, and you can't find your way back to the opening door. Actually, there's a novel I read a long time ago when I was a kid. It's called Goblins in the Castle. I forget the author's name. It's actually kind of like a scary kid's book. Goblins in the Castle. And there's a moment in that book where the character, he's like a kid, he's like a boy. He walks through a door in the castle, and he swims out into black nothingness. And there's something pulling him further into that room. It's like the abyss, and it goes on forever. And he's just kind of floating away in this room in darkness, complete darkness. And he's watching the light of the door get further and further away. And he tries clawing towards it, swimming towards it. Nothing is working out. This boy just keeps going backwards, like a vacuum is slowly sucking him away into the void of this room that goes on forever. And until the door becomes like a pinprick of light. It was so like, I don't know, I think I was traumatized reading that book when I was a kid. I was just like, oh my god. Because I was a little bit afraid of the dark, like being in a room in the dark when I was a kid. And then when I read that in that book, it really stuck with me. So I think I have like nightmares even into my adult life. Once in a while I have this strange kind of nightmare about walking through like a door, as an adult though, not a kid, and stepping into a very pitch dark room, and then I get lost in there, but more like a maze. Like I'm not swimming in there, but I'm walking around in complete darkness, and I lose track of where the opening of the door is, and then everything's just dark. I'm like, oh, where's that door? Did I cut around the corner, a wall or something, a hallway, and I can't see the light of the door anymore? And it's like I'm feeling around, trying to feel myself out of this maze of darkness. I get these dreams once in a while. Anyway, that door just there reminded me of that. Those two stories. Bob! Bob, the lights! Bob! The lights! Bob! I'm gonna cut Bob off. Bob! The lights! Keep going out down here. I think there's a power terminal right behind you though, Bob. Do you mind helping me out? Look at him just walking into the dark like that. Can I interact with this? No. Oh. Technically, this is an anomaly, right? When the lights go out like this, that's an anomaly. And I had walked forward. Now I should walk backwards. It's happening again. Give me a second chance. I should walk backwards immediately, not forward. This is an anomaly. I don't want to run. I'm running everywhere, but when the lights are out like this, I don't want to run. And I'm still treating Bob as not an anomaly. Part of me almost wants to say that every time I see him, I should turn back. If it were not for things actually happening, passing Bob, like I passed Bob and I think things are still happening though. So maybe for now I'm on the tangent line of not treating Bob as an anomaly. I will not treat Bob as an anomaly. That's fine, I'll pitch that idea out, because things do keep happening. Look at these guys. Hello? They're twins. Whoa. Kind of looked at me. Oh, that's cool. They're actually looking at me. Yeah. I can get around them. But do I want to get around them? No. I'm going to treat this as an anomaly and we'll just walk away. Walk backwards. Whoa! What the hell just happened? They appeared right in front of me again in a blink of an eye. I'm starting over. What happened? I feel like I didn't die, like when that thing attacked me earlier. I'm just back again. Back to the start. That was weird. It's like those guys rushed me in a blink of an eye. But I adhered to the law of the subterranean facility, right? I classified them as an anomaly. I walked backwards. And they just followed me and, I don't know, reset me. This is such a strange game. I will say, what a bizarre game. Like a puzzle. It's like a puzzle through purgatory. And I don't know what it all means. All I know is that I'm trying to listen to the rules that were posted on the guide. And things are happening. Different things are happening. What a weird feeling, this game. I feel like I am making progress, but at the same time, not making any progress. What a strange feeling to have. As in most games that I play, if not all games, well, I would say all games, I feel like I'm always making progress. Except for the games that I suck at, and I'm seriously just not making progress, and those games I usually give up. Which is not very often, but a few games I've given up on. I think a couple so far on my channel, content making. I think there's a couple games that I actually gave up on at a certain point. Oh, we've got stairwells again. That's strange. This time it was just a beeline. I just kept going and going and going until stairs came. I didn't run into any anomalies. Oh, wait a second. Now, this is a strange situation to be in, now that I'm thinking about it. What if the stairwell is an anomaly? See, it wants me to leave. And the guide said to exit, it's at number 8. To go to exit is 8. So I feel like that is the exit to actually leave, to like get out of this strange reality. And it's there is no exit at 8 except for those doors next to the hall. Like, that must be, one of those doors must lead to the actual exit. Because this is actually exit 0. This is not exit 8. So we really shouldn't be exiting at 0. I wonder if we should classify this as an anomaly. Like stairwells that are not supposed to normally be here. And they shouldn't normally be here because generally we are always passing that sign. Exit 8 usually always gets to a corner instead, and we're passing it as a corner. I feel like this place is trying to trick us. Well, let's go backwards. Let's experiment on this one and treat the stairwell, which seems to go to the city, as an anomaly. Let's go backwards. It does say exit 8 right there. And 8 does technically point to the stairwell leading out. But there is that 0 sign right before the stairwell. It says 0. Which makes me think that it's actually exit 0. Well, it is exit 0, technically. No longer exit 8. I feel like exit 8 are those doors right next to it. Let's just try it out. Let's see what happens. Walk backwards. See, here's exit 8 again. But there's no stairwell. Like, this is how exit 8 should normally look like. There's no stairwell at the end of it. And exit 0 is not there either. The exit 0 sign disappeared. But when we do see the exit 0 sign, it actually just kitty corners. Let's just see what happens. Let's see if something different happens, something new happens. Are we going in the right direction? See? This is exit 0. And normally it's just a corner, right? This is how I think the game is tricking us. It wants us to go out. Look how fast he's going! Look how fast Bob is going! Pew 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 pew! Holy schmoly! Whoa, that's an anomaly! Holy, he's actually like moving right at me like a homing missile. That's an anomaly. I almost got fooled there. I almost got fooled. There's Bob on the other side now. This is so creepy. I actually got goosebumps from that, the way he's walking right at me. Well, we'll keep going this way. That was an anomaly. Bob actually became an anomaly for the first time. That was strange. Sorry about my green screen kind of blinking through there a bit, guys. I don't have the greatest webcam right now. Partly because, you know, my web channel is pretty new and I am not monetized yet. Nowhere near it, actually. I'm pretty new. And, well, I can't afford one of those high-grade cameras, to be honest. They're like $500. You know, I can't afford a $500 camera right now. But in time, you know, that would be great. And then I can really, you know, get a better display going there. But at least I was able to upgrade my camera. I used to have a 30 frame rate per second on my first, I think it was actually just my first 3 or 4 channels that I made, or pieces of content that I made for this channel. My first 3 or 4 videos, I had a cheaper webcam than I do now. I upgraded a little bit. It cost me a little bit more money, but it's this one here is a 60 frame rate per second. So, and it allows zooming, so I can actually zoom if I want to. Whereas my old predecessor camera did not allow that. Oh! I almost missed that. Did you see that? The lights are all scrambled up there. Ooh, I hope it's not too late to turn back. Look at this. Weird. Weird. The fluorescents are all crooked. I almost missed that. I didn't look up. That was lucky. Wow. That was lucky. Yeah. The day when when it's worthy to afford a $500 webcam. Woo! I think as a content creator, we all look forward to that day where we can afford a kick-ass webcam. For those who aren't already immediately wealthy and well off. But I do have a really nice mic, at least. Got the Yeti mic. It's great, actually. That one costed me. That's where I kind of put all my money into some months ago. Let's look up first. We gotta pay attention to look up. Well, I gotta say, this game is definitely a loop-de-loo game, and it does, well, I mean, it is certainly a repetitive game, a highly repetitive game, but it's not a boring game, which is actually surprising me. This game is keeping me hinged, it's keeping me intrigued. Even though I feel sort of at a loss, like I don't really know what the heck is going on. This game does a great job in making me feel like I'm actually trapped in a purgatory right now. And I really don't like it. It's actually making me feel a little nauseous. Not just the same old hallways over and over and over again, but the fact that I could very well be trapped in here, and I might not actually complete this game. I might lose this game, or just give up, because I just can't get out of here. Like, that's my worry. I always love to finish games for you guys. I try my hardest to finish a game. It's just really awful game. I really don't like it. Or there's some kind of a game-breaking bug. These are the only 2 reasons that I will not finish a game for you guys. It's actually pretty rare. I feel like I've made about 20 videos now, or 25 videos for you on my channel. To date, anyway. Nothing's happening here, and I haven't seen any anomalies. Nothing's happened for a while. Maybe I did something wrong, and I'm just gonna forever walk in one direction. Now, nothing's going to happen. Maybe I screwed up something and I have to walk backwards and reset everything. I don't even know if this again. That's the invisible guy. The camouflage guy. He's right there in the wall. I can see him standing there. Last time I did see him there, I just didn't know any better. I saw him there, and I walked up to him because I wanted to explore it a little bit more. And maybe interact slightly with it. I didn't know he would run at me. He'd make a mad dash at me and attack me. That I didn't know. But this time I know better, so bye-bye. I see him. I'm not even going to go investigate. It's going to turn right around. Whoa. Actually, that invisible camouflage guy was the first anomaly that I saw for a second time. No other anomaly in this game yet have I seen a second time. They've all been firsts, including this here, right here. Just totally unfazed, eh, Bob? Totally unfazed. You just don't even care. Okay, well that's an anomaly, so we'll keep Bob a little company on his way back into this reverse direction. Oh, not a reverse direction. This is actually the forward direction. I wonder why he stops every once in a while, here and there sometimes. And I don't know why he stops to look at his phone. Oh, there's Bob again. At the end of this video, this game, hoping that I complete this game, we'll see. I am these guys again. I'm going to rate the creepiest or scariest anomaly that I've encountered. So the one that got me, you know, creeped out the most, I'm going to rate what that anomaly is. So these guys again. Now I don't know what to do here because, well, technically, see, last time I walked right up to them. It says when you see an anomaly, immediately turn around. I saw them. I should immediately turn around. See, last time I went right up to them, like real close, and then I tried to back up and turn around, and they got me somehow or reset me. So this time, I'm not going to investigate them. I'm not going to go right to them. I'm just going to walk away. Right? I'm just going to turn around, walk away. Well, they appear in front of me now is the thing. No! Wow, wow, sensitive. What a fragile, sensitive game. That is awesome. It really makes you think. I love this. This is a simple indie game. And it's great. It really makes me think. It makes the player think carefully about things. An experiment. I love it. Ah, man, it's been a while since I played a game that makes you think like that. Wow, I really like that. That's what's keeping me hooked, you know? Every time I pass this hallway with the 3 doors, I hear like a clicking. It almost feels like a door is opening up and closing, or closing. That's what I always hear that. But nothing is opening and closing. Wow, we literally just came from this hallway. Watch, listen. Oh. That time I didn't hear the clicking. Isn't that strange? I wonder if that means anything. Sometimes we hear like a clicking, like a door's opening or closing gently. There it is. I just heard it again. I don't think I'll consider that an anomaly though. Audio anomaly? I wonder if that's a thing. So far, all the anomalies in this game have been visual. But I wonder, what about an audio anomaly, right? I don't know. If I start grasping at straws here in this game, then I might turn around with an audio anomaly. What could be an audio anomaly? No, I'm hearing it here too. Like a door shutting and closing. I don't think that's anything significant. It seems to happen kind of randomly anywhere. And I actually don't know if remaining on the left side or the right side of the hall matters or not. Let's just, for a while, let's stick to the left side still. Because the sign does say keep left, so let's just, for as long as we can, let's just keep on the left side. We're really traveling now and nothing is happening. Nothing significant is happening. I wonder how many loops we can go before we give up and try something completely different. Like, what if this place makes you loop 10 times in a row before something happens and it does that intentionally, right? Who knows? I don't know. It's all guesswork. And I like that about this game. It's like you don't know what triggers things necessarily. You don't know how far you have to go before something actually happens. And if you don't do that extra few loops, that extra loop, you know, well, you mess something up. But really nothing's happening, especially with me sticking to the left. Yeah, I'm about to give up on that. Let's go to the right. The right side. It's really like the only rule I'm breaking, if that's even a rule. It's not part of the guide necessarily, but, you know, I'm going against that sign. I'm on the right instead of the left. And I don't even think that's really doing anything for me. Wow, this is the longest loop cycle so far, where nothing is happening. No, this is bonkers. Okay, let's walk the line. Let's just kind of walk the yellow line then. Will anything happen if I'm just walking it? I ain't picking a side. La la la. I wonder how long I would be able to keep my sanity if this were real life. If I was stuck in a place like this, and say, you know, you didn't need to eat. Like, playing this game makes me feel hungry, because I feel like I will never be able to eat. If I were in this situation, I'd be just starving. I'd be like, turning into a skeleton while walking around in this place forever. But what if you were caught in a sort of place like this where you didn't need to eat? Like, for some reason your hunger just went away and your normal bodily functions went away. Like, you know, like maybe you weren't even you anymore necessarily in the flesh. I mean, I noticed that I don't have feet. My character doesn't have feet. So what if he's like just a conscious entity in this area, in this place? He's stuck here as a conscious entity. He doesn't need to eat, he doesn't need to pee, he doesn't need to poo, he doesn't even need to sleep. All he does is just walk. You know? What if I was in that kind of a situation? How long could I be here for before I go completely nuts? Okay, nothing's happening. I've been walking forever in one direction and I'm not seeing anything new, so I'm just gonna go backwards. I'm just gonna go the other way. Yeah, it sucks. I don't know why, like, I saw all the smoking signs, and that was an anomaly, so I turned around. And I didn't see an anomaly from there on in. I just kept walking forever. I noticed that I'm not seeing Bob anymore. I feel like that is when the game is trying to tell you that you're going in the wrong direction now. You know? Like, oh, you turned around, you didn't see an anomaly, you turned around anyway. So you will walk backwards forever, and nothing will happen, and you won't see Bob. I think that's how the game is telling you to turn around again. If you don't see Bob, then you're definitely not doing something right. For sure, right? So we're going to turn back around again and go forward. Watch, we'll see Bob again. We're going to see Bob soon. Bobby-o! There's Bob. See? I'm onto something. I'm learning. I'm onto something here. So we are supposed to, I think, that we are literally supposed to walk in that direction for a long time before something happens. This game really plays in your psyche. Plays in your psychological brain. Like, imagine if we're supposed to do like 20 cycles, 50 cycles of absolute nothingness before something actually finally happens. Whoa. That would be crazy. That would be crazy. Imagine that. And the player is just like at a loss the entire time. Like, what the heck is going on? I'm getting so bored. Is this game unfinishable? I don't know. What is this reality? And then just before the players, you know, for those players that really want to duke it out and just like persist and persist, for the stubborn player like myself, and we make those like 50 cycles, and we're like wanting to give up every cycle of the way, like and then finally at 51, boom, something happens, and we have a meltdown. We're like, oh my god, I was right. I kept at it, and something happened. But I don't know. I'm starting to feel not so great about that optimistic mindset, because nothing is happening. Like, we are making many cycles here, and nothing's happening. Let's really look at stuff. Like, is there a small detail here? An anomaly? Let's like really look at things here. I'm not seeing anything at all, but oh no. Oh no, are you kidding me? Look at those eyes, they're moving. I was walking past this stupid poster over and over and over and over again, and it's an anomaly. Those eyes slightly move. Oh my god. There we go. Oh wow. That's okay. I still love it. I love it. That wasted about 5 minutes of my time. And, well, probably your time too. But that's okay. The payoff was worth it. I like that. I like that. It really makes you gotta pay attention to small things like that. Most of the anomalies, if not all the anomalies thus far, have been like pretty much right in your face, mostly. Kind of hard to miss, but that one, that was the first anomaly that you know, you could easily miss it. Ah, I almost missed the ceilings with the fluorescence there. You know, because my camera angle was down like this a little bit, and I was running around. If you know, you just gotta look up a little bit, and then there it is, an anomaly, right? That one almost got me. But the eyeballs on the poster, wow, no, I wouldn't have really thought of that. And you guys see me as I play. I am kind of I do kind of look at the posters as I move by just to see if anything changes, but not like that. Not where it's a small detail. Now I'm always gonna check these eyes, like every single time I run down the hallway. I'm always gonna think that they're gonna shuffle a little bit. They don't even move right away. They move after like a few seconds and just slightly. I love it. I love it. Like, what else in these pictures might move? Something else move on me? Oh, that's cool. His reflection just went by this poster. There's a glass on the poster, and I just saw Bob's reflection go by. That is really cool. That's a nice little addition. See, with these indie games, usually they wouldn't, like, graphically program that in, right? But, yeah, really cool. That was his reflection. Huh. Well, like, you know, imagine, what if hell, if such a place exists, what if hell was actually something like this? You know, it wasn't the place where you go with fire and brimstone and you're always, like, just overheated. But it was a place where you're just trapped in purgatory. Something like this. Whatever a reality, but a place where you're just basically just stuck in a cycle that you can't get out of. I believe that is one version of hell, right? You know, some people believe that is a version of hell. Pardon me. Look at this. So, this is an anomaly. It's a bit of an audio anomaly, but a bit of a visual anomaly too. So we'll turn around. Flickering lights. We had to go through several cycles after the eyeballs, actually, before we bumped into that. Let me stop to check his phone again. I am starting to feel, though, that we are making progress now in the game. I'm feeling a little more optimistic about progress. But yeah, imagine that, you know, if hell was actually something like this, where you just get locked in and you can't... What if you could never find a way out through all eternity? Like, you know, no matter how much you begged and pleaded, you were just stuck in some strange realm like this. Something, you know, from your imagination or your consciousness or your subconsciousness, something you might have experienced in life, but then you're stuck in that sort of session forever and ever and ever and ever, and you never ever get out. You know, sometimes I wonder, what if the universe or reality, the existence of reality, could allow that to even happen? For an entity, a soul, if you will, to be stuck in a place for absolutely all eternity. Without anyone listening. You know, no God listening, nothing. You were just forgotten there forever. Sometimes I wonder if, like, reality would allow a function like that to exist. And that would be just a devastating nightmare. And what if that happened as an accident? Like, not even a hell necessarily, but, like, not like you deserved it in any way. It just happened to you. Like, by a fluke, you know? Kind of like dropping into the back rooms type of thing, right? Like, what if it just happened to you? Like, there's a hiccup, an idiosyncrasy in the fabric of reality, and some poor schmuck of an entity, a consciousness, whether it be a human or an animal or anything, an alien, just found itself all of a sudden in a reality that it could never, ever, ever get out of. The things I think about. And, you know, Bob, this is probably the 500th time, or the 600th time I've seen Bob walk by. Yeah, so sometimes I feel like, you know, what if there is something like a God? You know, I'm not religious. I appreciate all religions. I've studied all the holy books. I've read them all. You know, I definitely appreciate religions around the world. I've studied Gnosticism. You know, and I'm a science-minded fellow, though, more so. But I do, even though I'm a science guy, I feel like there's something like a God like thing, a creator of some sort, but a lot more in a scientific sense. And I think through these things very logically sometimes, with a good measure of philosophy. But sometimes I wonder, like, there probably is like something like a god, and what if that god made a termination point? An assurance that no matter what reality you exist in, you will terminate at some point. That reality will end, so you can get out. So you won't be trapped there forever. Even here on Earth. Like, imagine what if we were trapped here on Earth as the human being forever and ever and ever. So, like, and Earth never diminished. It never, self-destructed at some point. Whether the sun engulf us or a black hole or whatever. It was just always here forever. And we were always stuck with each other as the human. And we never aged for all eternity. I don't know. Would that sit well with you guys? Would that sit well with you? So we have a termination point even here on Earth. But what if God always assures a termination point for whatever we might be, whatever species or, entity or creature we might be in any form of reality? And that would be a nicety, right? Sometimes it's sad to leave a reality, right? Sometimes it can be sad, but at the same time, it's a mighty blessing. Whether there be something after us or not at all, right? Not seeing anything yet. Bob just looked at me. He never looks at me. Bob never looks at me. He walks straight. That's the first time I saw Bob tilt his head and look at me. Oh wow, I love it. I love this game. That's an anomaly. We're going to turn around. That is so cool. I just caught that. There he is again, looking at his cell phone. Bob, you're looking at me. Yeah. He's starting to recognize me. That's amazing. Should I turn around again, though? Does that count as an anomaly? That he's still looking at me now that he's stopped? I'm going to keep going straight. I don't think that's a repeat anomaly too quick. In quick succession. I think I'm going to keep going this direction. Wow. All of a sudden, I feel a little less lonely, for real. That is so cool. So imagine that you or we or we were stuck in a reality like this that seemed, just forever, and almost nothing ever changes. And you feel so alone, like, you're not recognized, and then all of a sudden, you're recognized by an entity that never ever seems to recognize you. What a feeling that is. It's like, all of a sudden you feel a little bit, I may not quite be here alone. Now Bob is not interactive enough. Whoa, does Bob look taller? Whoa, Bob's tall! Bob is now 6'3" or something. Holy crow. You are tall, Bob. That's an anomaly. I won't let you pass me, and I will not pass you. I'm just going to walk backwards. Holy crow, is he tall. Bob was my height originally. Oh, he's not following me. He just blinked out of existence over there. Oh, here he is on the other side. Bob is back to his normal height. I love it. Like, if you aren't quite paying attention, you could walk right past him, right? And I'm talking a lot while I'm playing this game because, I don't want this to be a boring walking simulator for you all until something actually happens, so try to come up with some whatever stories might be on my mind. Yeah, that was so cool. I love it. Okay. But now Bob's not looking at me anymore. Now I'm starting to feel alone again. It's like he forgot about me. The worst is when you are finally recognized, and then you're just forgotten about again. Like, that sucks. That's even worse. Because now I know there's the potential for him to recognize me and maybe know me, but now he's just not. That's even more devastating. I'm starting to feel like this is an actual hell. They play against whatever this realm is. It plays up your psychological, but not necessarily in a good way. Gotta keep my eyes peeled. Look at this sign too. Does it still say the same buildings and things? Yeah, it does. Are the guide instructions still the same? Yep. Eyes are not moving anymore. Oh, now we're back to the mundaneness. Loop cycle of nothing's happening. You know, if I was caught in a reality like this, that's just perpetually unending, it would be just the simple fact that sometimes, once in a while, something happens, something a little different, even if it's weird and I don't understand it, that might be enough to kind of keep me, you know, going, or keep me existing, you know, in a situation like this, you know, not going absolutely crazy, losing my conscious mind. It might be just enough to kind of keep me there. Any change at all. Because to not have any change, imagine being here and nothing ever changes ever. Not even the smallest thing, nothing. No matter what direction you're going in. That would be, I think I would go crazy, insane. I would go insane as a conscious entity. Super depressed. But that's what I believe creation is, and our creator, and if we're a part of that, you know, or not, I think we are a part of that. But I think that is what all this existence is, and why we feel real, or real-ish, sort of real, is because things change in a reality. I feel like the creator, or God itself, came from a place that was purgatory and like a hell. And it was a place of absolute nothingness, and it didn't want to be in that place of sleep and absolute nothingness anymore. So I think it just started doing things, small things, even small differences, just a little change of something, even a slight change of conscious thought, you know, and that was enough to kind of pique the interest of the creator and be like, oh, you know, something is a little different here. And, you know, it feels a little bit of something less boring, you know. And it kind of just kept rolling with that, you know. It just kind of like mismatched puzzle pieces together and this and that just to see what might happen. It played its consciousness upon itself. It didn't understand what it was doing or thinking. But it was just playing off of its own slight sense of change and trying to make sense of whatever that change might be. In its own way, in its own kind of internal self-reflecting way. I think like a creator or like a godship, you know, would have just kept playing on that forevermore, and say this thing exists for all eternity. It can play for eternity, and God knows how long later, if you even want to put in the context of time, we come up with this, what we see all around us, this universe. It's just the playhouse of the creator, and the strangeness of it all, and how things mismatch together and, you know, interact. And we're all a part of that. We're all a part of, you know, the creator and God. So we can also play, because we're a part of all that. We're a part of it, one of its abstractions. And this is the strange reality we get here on Earth, you know, and there's a lot of strange places I would imagine in the universe. But you can also get very strange places like this too, like, you know, that might exist, like instances of purgatory that you may or may not be able to get out of at some point. And maybe in some sense, the creator, or if there's a god, the god itself, is stuck in a purgatory state of all eternity, and all it can do is try to make some changes in small interactions within its purgatory, to make it feel like it's not purgatory, make it feel like it's something, different and interesting and new. Even though beyond the veil, there is nothing beyond the veil. It's the same thing. There is a fundamental limit to it all. Now, I don't know. Is there a limit to our reality and, creation? I don't really know. There may be a limit. Maybe there is no limit. I don't know. I'm just a feeble human being. I'm just a part of the creator and creation. I don't have all the answers. So I've been running around here for a while now, and I've been kind of looking at things. I'm sure there's something small I'm missing again, like something I'm not seeing, but I'm not seeing it. I'm not detecting it. For now, I guess I could stick to the left side again. I don't really think that ever does anything. The last real anomaly that we encountered was Bob being very tall. How many grates are there up there? 2 grates. I don't read or understand Chinese, but let's just try to take a memory glance at what the writings are on the doors. Like, might those change at some point? Exit 2. What about the signs? Do they always have to be in chronological order? What if on one of these cycles the exit numbers are all scattered, like something changes? That sign looks normal to me. 2 grates, yeah. Printing on the door seems the same. Zero. Okay, so 0. Exit 0. Let's keep going. The exit 8. Nothing strange here. No, don't say. The eyeballs are not moving. Did it just say 0 twice? I don't know. Like, would we include that as an anomaly? The fact that we saw 0 exit twice in a row? Like, shouldn't it climb to 1 then 2? I'm really trying to think hard through this one now. Now it says 1. Okay. Now this next line coming up should say 2. I would think. Yeah, 2. Okay. Zero. And then let's pay attention here. Well, it should say 1 next, not 0 again. I wonder, if it says 0 again, that would be a very subtle anomaly, right? No, it says 1. Darn, I almost thought I was onto something, and maybe I would turn back at that point, but no. I guess I was just... I guess I got that wrong. I thought I saw 2 zeros before in a row, but maybe not. Maybe I just wasn't paying attention. Wow, guys, this is getting rough now. It's getting rough for me. Well, let's go on the right the right side of the floor now. This feels like a forever game. Holy smokes, I wonder how long you guys are going to watch this with me. I wonder how long I'm going to play for. What if I just play forever? What if this video just lasts for hours, you know? I don't know how long this game is actually supposed to be, but imagine if it just, like, truly is unending. Like, what if there is no ending to this game? And that's, like, the whole joke of it, right? What if there's no ending to this game? And imagine that I just played forever. Like, you guys tuned in again, you know, and I will publish these videos in increments. And you guys tuned in again, like 40 years from now, and I'm like an 80-year-old man now, still playing this game, trying to figure it out. And you guys chime in like every week to see, like, you know, what kind of progress I might have made. And the only thing that keeps me going in this game is that very subtle new things just keep happening, and that keeps me going for years and years and years. But really nothing's happening now. I'm actually feeling a little bit at a loss. Like, I'm really... There must be some detail that is so minute that I'm not seeing. It must be such a minute detail, right? At this point. By the way, you're not allowed to interact with anything in this game, so I can't, like, press the mouse button and toggle things or interact. It's... The only thing this game allows you to do is walk. It's just it's a walking simulator, but a puzzle game at the same time. Mo fees. Is there something up with these signs? I don't think so. The buildings, would they change by the sign? Probably not. Building printout. 8. Let's just stand right in front of Bob. No, doesn't care, doesn't do anything. Okay, wait a second. Can I, wait a second here. Hold on. Can I move Bob? I moved Bob to the left side. Oh, then he just goes right back to the right side. I was wondering, like, what if I can, like, direct him in the way he walks? Would that make a difference? He did go on to the left side for a bit, but then he just went back to his normal course. Well, it's been a while, actually, and, oh my god. Isn't that weird? The very moment where I feel like I almost want to give up, I was about to say, I've been walking forever and nothing has happened, and I'm starting to feel like maybe I should give up. There it is. An anomaly. How bizarre. That just gave me shivers, man. The moment I say it and I'm like giving up, it's like the game tapped into me and it's playing around with my psyche for reals. Ew, that's gross. Why? That's gross, actually. Ew. She looks like demonic or something. Okay. Well, that's the anomaly. Let's walk backwards. Holy, how many loop cycles did I do before that happened? So that actually happened. That actually happened for real. this reality, this game, it literally made me walk many loop cycles before something just happened on its own. How many loop cycles was that? 20? 30? Holy smokes. But I really like this game. I really do. This is turning into a lengthy game, actually, but it's keeping me going. It's keeping me going. That was 20 or 30 cycles, I swear. I did many laps before something just happened all of a sudden. Wow, he must be walking his ankles right off. It's gonna be sore. He's gonna be sore if he ever gets to a point where he can actually lay down on a bed at some point. And, get some rest and wake up in the next morning. He's gonna have real sore, healed up ankles. I get that condition sometimes. If I'm walking a lot one day, then I go to bed for the night and I wake up the next morning. Whew, I can barely walk. It's really painful, actually. Not painful, but really sore and taut. Usually when I go out for a long, lengthy run, actually, or like a jog, that happens to me. Especially getting up in my age now. The old man that I am. Oh man. Is it going to make me walk a whole bunch of cycles again before anything new happens? This feels like a game that you play if you really want to experience like something like Purgatory. Definitely a time sink game. But not a boring game. Especially, since I get to talk to you guys. Well, at least in one directional speaking anyway. I feel like I have a little bit of company. A little bit of company without Bob. Because Bob is, he doesn't make for good company. I keep saying that. I was so happy when I thought he recognized me there for that one cycle. That one loop, he actually kind of recognized me. But no. He's just ignorant of me. Keep our eyes peeled still, but nothing is actually happening. No. I'm paying attention to every little tiny nook and cranny, like even these security cameras. I'm trying to pay attention to them always being situated where they're supposed to be situated. Whoa! Whoa! Okay, I'm getting freaked out. This game is freaking me out now. I just chose to decide to talk about cameras and how, like, subconsciously, while I've been playing this game for a while now, not in the very beginning, but I've been kind of just looking at the security cameras to make sure they're like not missing or something. Like they're always kind of in those corners, and it looks kind of same old, same old. Because you never know. Like in my head, I was thinking maybe the security cameras would disappear in one cycle or something, or be moved to a strange location. And the moment I said that, before I turned that corner, I can see there's security cameras here that are not in the right position. In fact, they look like they're activated or something because there's red on them. Isn't that weird? This game is really creeping me out because I feel like the game is reading my mind. I'm not kidding. Like, that's like the first time I've experienced such a creepy, like, feeling about this game. See that? That camera is activated. It's actually looking at me right now. Okay, we're going to go backwards. That's an anomaly. I'm having such a weird sensation right now playing this game. I feel like the game is reading my mind out here, outside of the game itself. it's got to be like just happenstance, very coincidental. It's happened to me twice now that I've been talking about something about the game, where I think, I'll make a comment about something that could be of the game, and then all of a sudden it happens. Right away. Like, right away. As soon as I turn a corner. That is so strange. Wow. Never played a game like this before. Like... And it's a simple indie game, Oh, exit 4. But do I want to treat that as an anomaly? Simply because something has changed. Because oh, well, we've already went past that point, actually, technically. Maybe we should just keep going. It's 0, 1, and then 2, and then it always reverts back. We usually don't get to exit 3 or beyond. I guess we've already ran past exit 3, so it would be too late to turn around for an anomaly. Or a change. Let's just keep going. Exit 4. It might not qualify as an anomaly anyway. It may not qualify as an anomaly. I would say it probably does, and we've already missed the boat on that one. But we're going to keep going. I missed seeing the exit 3. Now we're back to exit 0. Let's pay special mind to that changing boards. If we get to exit 3 at some point, we will turn around. So here it is. Say, this is a double 0. That happened. I know it for sure. We just went past a 0 sign, and here's another 0 sign. So I would think that's an anomaly, right? Let's turn around. I may have ran into this over and over now without realizing it. Let's treat that as an anomaly and go backwards. And it says 0 again. Should we treat that as an anomaly again? That's a hard one. How Bob stops here with his cell phone. Yeah, it makes me feel like this could be another anomaly. It gives you a hint. Right? Like, oh, 0 again. But we did just see the 0, so technically we wouldn't think of it as an anomaly because we did just see it. But it is an anomaly in a way because it is technically a second 0 exit from the one we just came from. So I kind of feel like... But then it gives you an extra hint that, yep, do pay special mind here because Bob has stopped. This is where Bob tends to stop and look at his cell phone, and that is an anomaly itself because Bob always walks. He just constantly walks in loops. Being how he stops and looks at his cell phone, that could be considered an anomaly as well. That could be a tip that this is an anomaly and we should turn back again. So we'll do that. We'll turn back again and see what happens over here with the other 0 sign. Exit 0. Yeah, see, I don't know about that. Exit 0 again. What do we want to do with that? Keep going or turn around again? Rough. I don't know what to do. Let's keep going. Let's keep going on that one. Do we see Bob? Yeah, we do see Bob again. I feel like there's room to play around. Whoa. No, that's nothing. I feel like there's room to play around a bit with the 0 signs, maybe. We could try to go back and forth. Back. Look at this, 0 again. This is strange. Okay, let's go back. Follow Bob. Let's see him stop and look at his cell phone. does do that. And let's go back to the 0 sign here again. But instead of going forward, let's go back again. Let's go backwards again. Okay, see you. And let's go back again and see if Bob is still there looking at his phone, or if anything happens. He's still there. Okay, let's skip Bob. Let's just keep going back. Bob is not following us. There's the 0 sign again. Let's just keep going. This might be going into nothingness now because we're probably not going to see Bob at all, which means that we're going the wrong way. It still says 0. It keeps saying 0. I wonder if that is also another telltale sign. That means we are basically going in the wrong direction. Yeah, it just keeps saying 0. And no more Bob. That's how we definitely know that we're going in the wrong direction. Zero again, that's the double 0. I think from now on, whenever I see that double 0, I'm just going to skip it. I'm just going to run by both of the zeros. I mean, one of those zeros, exit zeros, might be a buffer. Now we have, oh wow, this is so crazy. 3 zeros in a row. Are we backtracking from our erroneous loops going backwards? Do we actually have to backtrack? Does it count every cycle we go backwards as a counted error, and then we have to make up for it before we get back on track with the normal loop cycle? Oh my god. Oh my god. Imagine that. What if that's the case? Okay, this next one shouldn't be a 0 then, I'm thinking. It should turn into 1. No, it's not. Oh my god. Oh my god. What is happening? I don't get it. Why is it forever saying 0 now? We're going in the forward direction with Bob now. Oh, guys. No! I don't know what's happening anymore. Now the game feels like it's becoming extra stagnant. Like, things are definitely not changing now. I'm worried. Now it says 1. See, it's like the moment I say it, then the game changes. It's like photonic energy in quantum physics. Like, the moment you acknowledge it, all of a sudden it changes on you. Bizarre. You just did like 5 or 6 0 exits in a row. And then when I get worried, then it turns into a 1. Exit 1. Which makes me feel like I'm actually moving forward a bit in some regard. Wow, what a game. What a game this is. Now it's 0 again. Like, should I count that as the anomaly? It shouldn't go from 1 to 0. It should go from 1 to 2. Let's count that as an anomaly. Move backwards. That sign changed. That sign was a 1 before, and it turned into a 0 again. Let's continue to count this as an anomaly. This sign is like a reset sign of some sort, I think. When he stands here looking at his cell phone and actually stops walking. Let's go backwards again, or forward. We'll bypass the 0, even though it doesn't make any sense. Now we're at exit 1. Do a quick look to make sure there's no small details that have changed. Exit 2. And it's going to try to get me to... It's going to reset to exit 0 again, as it generally always does, or is Whoa. Look at this. We got some ooze coming out of the vent. See that, Bob? Bob, look! Bobby! Bobby boy! You don't wanna... Okay. Ew. Okay, that's an anomaly. Awesome, let's turn around. Yeah, you see that, Bob? That was gross. What do you think that could be, Bob? What? Oh, looking at his cell phone again. Bob is looking at his cell phone again in a place where he normally does not look at his cell phone. That sign is exit 3. We typically don't see an exit 3 usually. Bob stops to look at his cell phone. Should we treat that as an anomaly because he stops at his cell phone? And, I'm yawning here. I feel like I've been playing this game forever. Should we treat exit 3 as an anomaly? Because normally it doesn't happen. I don't know what to do with that one. I'm gonna say... maybe we should treat it as an anomaly. Let's treat it as an anomaly and go backwards. Let's not keep going. Oh, we go back and this is still here. The tar that's dripping from the... Should we keep going backwards? Might regret this. I don't know if this is the right action to do. It says 0 again over there. Let's go back here. Is it still here, the tar? Has anything changed? Yes, it is. I don't know how I feel about this one. Let's just keep going. I don't know. Let's keep going forward. Past Bob. Wait. Wait. It's changed again. Oh, wow. My brain. Bob is still here, but there's a 0 exit there now, and the exit 3 sign is no longer here. Ah. Did I miss something? Should I have kept going? Was the exit 3 opening up for me? I don't know. We're gonna go backwards like maybe we should have for now. Seeing how that changed. No. I think we might have screwed something up. The tar is gone. Ah. Something tells me I should have... Wait a second, but we're seeing Bob still. If we're going the wrong direction, I would think that we should not be seeing Bob anymore. I see Bob again. That's a good sign. Bob? Yes. I think we are going the right direction. I think it was a good call to stop when he was on his cell phone and not continue past the exit 3 sign. Even though we went back and we saw the sludge there again, which made me almost want to turn around again. But we kept going. I think that was a good call, perhaps. Because we are seeing Bob at least, so that means we're going in a somewhat forward direction. Exit 1. Yeah, this game really plays on the psychological. Like, it really gets you thinking, and it's a little confusing. But it's like a feeling, almost. If you're doing things correctly or not. It's almost like a feeling. Like, I feel like there are subconscious hints in the back of my head telling me, you should probably do this because it feels right. It feels like this would probably be the way. Even though the physical evidences might not be so paramount. I'm just getting a sequence of 0 exits again. Oh boy, oh. Well, this game is turning into a marathon run now, guys. I did not originally start this video thinking that it would be a lengthy video. I thought it would actually be a short indie game, to be honest. I thought it would be like an hour and a half. I did not think this would turn out to be a lengthy game. And it could actually become a very lengthy game. I wonder how many of you would watch this entire video without skipping ahead. You know, run the full journey with me. Minute by minute. Painstaking minute by painstaking minute. If any of you actually watch this entire video from start to end, whether I actually complete this game or not, or win it or not, if you actually watch every single minute of this video, I'd be very surprised. And if you do so, please leave a comment down below saying that you actually did so. That you watched every minute of this game from the beginning to the very end. Whenever the end might be. You know, of course you can take breaks. You can pause it, come back to it later, but resume by the minute again, right? Watch every single minute of this game. I'd be impressed. Leave a comment if you actually do that. See how many of you can actually do that, or even willing to want to do that. Because I am at a point now where I am not sure if I want to do it. I'm not sure if I want to continue on. I do want to continue on, but at the same time, I'm kind of like, I don't know. Like, how long is it going to last for? How long will this game go? I feel like I want to go... Hey! Look at that! The exit sign is upside down here. How my eyes are just catching these things. Because I'm so... This is so cool. I'm so used to walking the same hallways over and over and over again that subconsciously, I think what is happening is that my mind is extrapolating a picture that is always supposed to look kind of the same because I'm so used to it by now. Like, even without... Like, I'm not only am I paying attention to every little artifact in this game, but even subconsciously, my mind is printing out a visual picture. So even when I'm not paying attention and I'm just talking out loud to you guys and I'm just going, my eyes see something slightly off without fully actually recognizing it, and my subconscious brain picks it up, and I have to stop and be, oh, there's something is different. And then I take a moment to look at it, just a split second, to realize that is something that is actually different. That's amazing. The people who built this game, like, they must understand how human psychology works. Like, for real. I'm so impressed. Anyway, that's an anomaly, so we're going to turn around. All the anomalies in this game, once again, have been new anomalies, except for the one where the guy's camouflaged. That's the only one that was a repeat of some sort. Should it be an anomaly that this guy has stopped again? I want to say yes. We've been kind of doing that lately. Whenever we see him stop, we're sort of treating it as an anomaly and we're going backwards. So I've seen him, I'll go back. I don't know how I feel about that. Or maybe I'm wondering, what if it signifies that you have completed the anomaly correctly by walking backwards, and when you see him on his cell phone, it means like it's like a check mark. It's like, oh, you've done that correctly, but keep going on. Keep going past him when he's on his cell phone. I'm starting to wonder about that. Maybe we should continue on past him. I'm starting to think maybe we should do that, because We go back in this direction again, the anomaly's still here, right? I don't feel good about walking past that right now. I'm going to come up with a new rule here and say whenever we see him on his cell phone, from now on, we will walk past him. Maybe doing that will shorten the cycles before we get to another trigger. Another anomaly. I'm wondering about that. Maybe if the more we do things a little bit incorrectly, we have to go through the tedium of extra cycles before we might get to something. You know, I'm wondering about that. Like, what if we will get to... I'm wondering, what if we will end up at anomalies no matter what. But they're spaced out a lot more. We have to run a lot more boring cycles before we get to an anomaly in comparison to shorter cycles to get to the same anomaly based on how correctly we're doing things. Like, if we do things correctly, then maybe we can get to the next anomaly much quicker. If we do things incorrectly, we'll still get to the same anomaly in time, but it'll take us longer to get there. Like, maybe it's like a punishment system in this game. I'm wondering. Maybe the game will always move forward. We'll always get to the next anomaly, but it's more of a matter of time. Maybe. That's just my theory. It's just a theory right now. I don't know if it's accurate or not. But I'm going to play with it, and I'm going to run past him for now. I'm already regretting it, guys. Because we're not seeing Bob anymore. Scratch that. That's a failure of a theory. Or a hypothesis, I should say. It's not really a theory. Okay, we will not move beyond Bob when he's on his phone. That was our original strategy, not to move beyond him. It was a mistake to move beyond him. I'm not going to do that. I had a thinking behind it, but that's incorrect. We know that's incorrect because Bob stopped walking. Or he stopped his cycles. So I think we just reset ourselves by accident. We just put ourselves behind because the exit sign is flipped to the correct position again. I think we just put ourselves behind a little bit. That was a mistake. And we're going to have to pay the price. Probably by having to do more cycles. Damn it. I'm learning this game subconsciously somehow. I can't describe it to you, but my brain is like just subconsciously kind of learning and understanding a feeling towards this game and how to progress forward and not make mistakes to, you know, decay backward in any way. I feels like we're being punished right now. We had a setback, and now it's going to make us run a bunch of boring cycles until we kind of get back on track. Okay, so that's something I think we've learned here. When we figure an anomaly and we go backwards correctly, I think there's a tendency to see Bob stop walking and he goes on his cell phone. When we see that happen, that is an anomaly on its own because Bob normally doesn't do that. We have to turn around again. And even if we see the same anomaly behind us, we have to walk through it this time, not backwards, I would think. Keep going. And if that jibber jabber confuses you all, well, you're not alone because I'm half confusing myself as I speak. I'm literally just talking in a hypothesis right now, like, and trying to extrapolate as I go. I feel like I'm in a punishment mode right now. Having to walk all these cycles that don't make sense. Even the counters, the exit counters aren't making sense right now. 0, 1, then back to 0 again. Double zeros, like... I also noticed that Bob always walks on the right-hand side. Makes me want to walk on the left-hand side. But nothing really seems to happen when I do. Wait a second. Exit 2. I was just noticing that. Oh yeah, okay, that's just in my head. The yellow line I thought was, you know what I should pay attention to? The yellow line. Does it shift sometimes? Like, what if it slightly shifts? I should be mindful of that. I don't know if that's a thing yet, or if my subconscious mind has picked up on something again without me realizing it. But it's worth paying attention to. The yellow line, would it shift? I'm gonna get a sense of the yellow line. It's thin here. Okay. It's thin here on the exit 8. On the left side, it's thin. Back at 0, exit again. Yeah, it's still thin. Yellow line does not appear to be moving in any way. Exit 1. I feel like we might be in a punishment mode right now. Because we made that we made a mistake earlier on. Exit 2. Oh, wait a second, wait a second, wait a second, wait a second. Bob, you're smiling. Bob is smiling. He's got a big ass grin on his face. Oh, Bob! You actually look happy. Why are you so happy? I wouldn't be so happy in this sort of a place. Look at that! He's got a big smile on his face. He stopped again to look at his cell phone. See, here is where we did what we were technically walking backwards from him. He's the anomaly. We were walking backwards. You notice how it says 3 there again. This is where I'm confused, because I feel like we should never walk past him. When he stops on his cell phone, we should always walk away from him again. But then I see this here, a significant change. And a rare thing when we see the exits go beyond 2. Like, I feel like I want to go that way because it's an evolution of the exits. Let's just do it. Let's just keep going. There's something in my subconscious logic that's telling me we should be turning around. You know, always. When he stops like that, we should always go behind him again, not forward. We'll see. There he is again. His cycle. Looking normal again. Darn, I was hoping this sign would say 4. We made a mistake, didn't we? Did we make a mistake? Maybe we didn't. Like, what if we turned around at Bob at his cell phone just now, and it went back into a cycle of not seeing Bob again, like no more Bob, right? Then we would know that we're on the wrong path. It's hard to say what would have happened, right? Then I would have been regretting that. Maybe this is the right way. Like, maybe this is the right way still? I'm purposely sticking to the left side again for now. Now I'm looking at Bob extra careful when I go by. Exit 2. Yeah, it's like it's not often that I see the exit 3 or 4. I'm starting to feel like maybe we might have made a mistake there. We should have turned around when we saw Bob at the cell phone. Wouldn't it be funny if all the small subtle changes that, or the changes in general that happen, actually didn't surmount to anything at all? Like, they were just randomly put in place, and nothing actually does happen. It doesn't move toward any development. It's just like this reality screwing around with you. The game making you think that you're, developing in some way, but really means absolutely nothing. Like, what if this game really is just never ending? It is always going to, it plays forever, and there are a whole, there's a whole pool of different random things that can happen. Well, maybe in a sequential order at least. But it doesn't actually do anything. You can never get out of here. You're just witnessing small or various changes, and that's it. But there does seem to be a chronology to the changes. Like, we only saw one repeat change. If I was seeing a lot of repeat changes in the game, or a repetition of changes, like we saw with the camouflage guy, I'd be very worried. I would be like, okay, this game is going absolutely nowhere. It just seems randomized, the changes. But that's not what we're seeing here. We just saw the one repeat. Every other change has been different and new, which tells me there's a chronology here. And if there's a chronology, that kind of spells out time moving forward in some direction. Like, maybe something is developing from start to an end. That's what it feels like right now, because I haven't seen a repetition of changes. Just the camouflage guy one. And that happens to be the only one that we actually died on, I believe. Funny how that one was the repeat one. And then we succeeded in it, and I haven't seen it since. I haven't seen the camouflage guy since. We also technically might have not died, but there's a reset with the two Asian guys, the twins. We had done that one incorrectly, and we repeated that one again, or had to redo it. And when we succeeded, I believe, the second time, we haven't seen that anomaly since. So I'm starting to wonder, for all the anomalies that we actually succeed in, we don't see them again, because we succeed in them. But the anomalies that we didn't get correct, we might see them again. Because I know those two anomalies we failed in, and we saw them again, and ever since we succeeded in them the second time around, we haven't seen them again. All the other anomalies we have succeeded in. It's just something I'm kind of thinking about right now. Something I'm observant of, perhaps. Oh boy. Boy oh boy. And I'm wondering if we succeeded in the anomaly where that sludge was coming out of the vent. I'm wondering, I think we succeeded on that one, but maybe not. It might have been a failure. So I'd wonder if we'd see that one again in repetition. I almost feel like going backwards because, like, I'm getting bored here for a bit. Like, nothing's actually happening. Let's go on the right side. Look at the eyeballs, just in case. No. Well, we're doing many cycles now. Nothing's happening. But I know in this game, it'll make you actually do a bunch of cycles before something does happen. Like that strange picture that was there before of that ghoulie woman. Like, that just showed up after like 20 or 30 cycles. Like, oh my god. And I really think going backwards is not going to help me out at this point, because we have no reason to go backwards. And I don't want to put us behind in some way. So I think we've got to keep just pressing forward, loop after loop after loop, in a painstaking way. Oh my gosh! This game is like a liminal space game, which I sort of appreciate. It's a bit of a paradoxical game. The back of the sign still says concourse. Yes, it does. Oh my. Yeah, and it's certainly a purgatory game. Wow, we're here so soon. Right away, huh? Gee whiz. But it says, if you do not find anomalies, do not turn back. So I'm really trying to stick to that plan, but... You know, I'm starting to lose morale because, like, some of these cycles are just forever. Are we making progress? You know, imagine if your character could not run in this reality. You could just, you can only walk, and walk slowly. That would be torturous. That would be a true torture. I'm almost starting to think, let's count the lights, you know? Oh my gosh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 lights on the stretch. I'm not going to count these ones. Let's just, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 lights. It's all good, 12 lights. Should I just go backwards, man? I don't know. I'm so annoyed. When I get to this point, Bob just... Oh, there he is. He actually is still going. I thought he'd disappear. I'm actually going backwards now. I think I probably shouldn't. Bob, are you going to follow me? Yeah, Bob is still following me, even when I'm going backwards. See if Bob's going to continue to follow us. We're going backwards now, like... We shouldn't see any more Bobs. I'm only going to do like one cycle back. Yeah, we're not seeing Bobs anymore. We were not supposed to go backwards, I know that. Unbelievable. Like, we really have to just keep going forward forever before something might happen. That's our catch-up cycle. Welcome back, Bob. Welcome back. This game is atrocious in some ways. Like, whew, it really makes you walk the loops. Holy schmoly. Like, we were on the right path. I swear we are on the right path. Just making us do this. Small details, anything at all. You hear the buzzing of the fluorescent lights? It's typical for usually like the backrooms games, types of games. They always have that buzzing light. So, kind of cool. I just really just kind of noticed that now, actually. I mean, I think I've been hearing it the entire time, but I'll have to make a comment on it. The more I play this game, the more I start paying attention. I'm like hypersensitive now to every little detail in even the audios. Things I might have just not really cared about as much before are becoming more profound because this place is becoming so boring. So now any little nuance of something sort of new, not new, but that I haven't really quite focused on before, are becoming a lot more focused, such as the buzzing of those lights. I'm just so bored. I'm so bored. And my fingers are getting very tired pushing on my keyboard to make my character walk. Almost feeling like I'm getting tired of walking. Like my character is getting so tired of walking, just like my fingers are getting so tired of pushing. I feel like I'm actually enduring arthritis right now. My fingers are enduring arthritis. Ah. Oh. Take a sip of the coffee, yo. I almost feel like, you know, I should have done like a marathon video of this just for fun. Just played this game straight for as long as I possibly can. Like, make a marathon challenge out of it. Maybe I can do that for fun someday, depending on how this game is. I have no idea. But if I come to figure out that this game, say, has no ending, like, what if this game has no ending? And I finally give up on it, as, like, it's just not really quite going anywhere. I give up on this game, let's say, like, I give up on this game, this video, and, afterwards, you know, I Google search, and I just learn a little bit more about the game, like, does this game have an ending? And if the answer is no, this game does not have an ending, I will laugh. But on the flip side, what I could do just for fun on another video is play this game in a sort of fun marathon way, and just see how long I can play a game that never ends, and it only has like minute changes to it, how long I can play it for how many hours straight. Without, say, leaving my seat, you know? You know, maybe I can have my my wife bring me food, you know, but I have to eat at the table. And if I need to pee, I can't leave my seat, so I'll have to pee in a bottle. And then, God forbid, you know, have her help me dispose of that. But to sit in this chair and not move and just continuously play this game constantly, you know, and maybe I can sleep. Should I be allowed to sleep? You know, like right here on this chair, just take a nap or sleep through the entire night and just keep the video feed rolling. And then wake up next morning and just resume again. Wouldn't that be a weirdo video? Like, that would be fun, right? That'd be kind of funny. That'd be very challenging. But see how long I can go for. And make it record breaking for the game. You know, can anyone else out there beat my marathon run of this video game called Exit 8? How long can you keep yourself locked in this realm that never ends without going completely insane or wanting to get back to your natural and normal life? I don't see anything. I've been walking in circles for a long time now, and not seeing anything at all. Nothing different. Nothing different. I'm paying extra attention to these posters now. Trying to remember what it says, like what the reads are and what the diagrams look like, what the pictures look like. Expecting maybe, if anything, there's going to be a change, maybe those pictures, because I'm not seeing anything else. The doors are always looking the same. Vents are always looking the same. Looking the same. The eyes are not moving anymore. The cameras, you know, nothing different happened with the cameras. The no smoking sign looks the same. I was even counting lights there for a bit. Was counting the damn lights. Forward to the short hallway. Well, is the master of this never-ending realm going to give me anything else? Anything? Nothing. No change. Was I punished all over again for walking backwards for a little bit there? Like, is the game... does this game, like, really punish you for that? Does this realm punish you big? Going backwards when you shouldn't be going backwards. Even if it's just for one cycle. I don't know, I'd be surprised if any of you are still watching at this point. I'd be very surprised indeed. Like, I feel like I should just keep running forward. Let me just try something here. I'm gonna try to shift him over to the other side. See that? How I did that? But then he just walks. He just goes back on course once he gets to the end of the hall there. Yeah. He wants to try to stay on the right hand side. Always, I notice. Let's look at the signs then. So, 1. Exit 1. We could consider going back once we see an idiosyncrasy in the signs, maybe. 2. Go again. 0. Okay. If we see another 0 here, I'll turn backwards. We've done this before, though, you know. And nothing at large seemed to happen. But there is no double 0 this time. It's 1. For a while now, everything seems actually very normal. Even the sequence of the signs. 0, 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2. Right? That's correct. Let's count these. Hold on a second. Zero. Now we're going to see a 1. One. Now we're going to see a 2. Getting dizzy yet, Bob? I sure am. 2. Now we're going to see a 0. Howdy do, Bob? Howdy do. 0. Now we're going to see a 1. Zero. Let's turn around. Anomaly? We've done this before, though. I don't know what to expect in this direction. All we're going to see is a sign. That's probably says 0 again. We've done this before. 0. Now what do I do with that? This is the thing. This is the thing where I don't know what to do. Like, do we treat that as an anomaly again and walk the other way, or do we keep going? Well, we'll know for sure if we don't see Bob anymore walking this way. I feel like we've been here before, like we've done this type of strategy before, and it didn't really go anywhere. But I know I wanted to play around with it a little bit more, and I had made mention of that. See, he has a 0 again, but we don't see Bob anymore. I had made mention that we can play around with it a little bit more. We're going to bounce back and forth between the 0 signs. Next time we see that, we're going to bounce back. We're not going to keep going. There's Bob. Could it be something as intricate as that? As sensitive as that? The numbers and the sign. That's 0 again. 0 again. And then we've seen this as well. A sequence of zeros. Like 5 zeros in a row. 4 or 5 zeros in a row. Okay, so let's look for... We're going to follow the signs again. Let's hope it gets to number 2. And then when we see that exit 0 idiosyncrasy again, we will turn back. Oh yeah, see, isn't that weird? I was expecting there to be a 2 there. Okay, well that is an anomaly, I would say, because it breaks the sequence. So we see that. We're going to go backwards. You'll see Bob. That's always a good sign. And then when we hit this mark, we're going to bounce back again. Anomaly. I'm just going to treat it as an anomaly, perhaps. Now we'll see if this side says 0 still. It does say 0. What do we want to do with that, right? See, what do we want to do with that? Do we want to bounce back again? Or do we want to keep going? Let's just keep going. I almost want to treat that as a reset, not an anomaly. We are just still seeing Bob. 1. I'm gonna stick to the left-hand side again. I don't know why, but let's look at these signs and play the sequence game a bit while only staying to the left side. So now we see 0. Okay, 0. Let's stay to the left side and not go to the right side at all. This is just guesswork here. I have no idea if this is even any sort of a strategy of any sort, but bounce back. But we know we don't see Bob after that point, so no, I didn't think it would amount to anything at all. We'll stay to the left side for now anyway, but we'll just continue on after the 0 mark. How long can I play this game before I throw in the white towel, I wonder? My back is actually starting to hurt a little bit. I've been sitting in this chair. Well, granted, part of it is... That's 0 again. Oh well, I'm just going to keep going. Part of it's my problem, my fault, because I have bad posture. I generally play my video games sitting in a chair with a bad posture. 1. Two. It's going nowhere. I was also wondering too, what if it's not about cycles? You know, what if this game is programmed in the way of actual time? It doesn't matter how many cycles you do or what you do in the game. Like, what if it's only when 20 minutes pass, all of a sudden something triggers, right? I wonder about that. I'll get off the left side because nothing is actually happening. Hey, this is going to be weird, but let's just follow Bob. I've never done that before. Let's just follow him backwards the whole time. We're not supposed to be really going backwards, but he has a tendency to disappear, right? When we go backwards for a while, apparently in the wrong direction, there's a tendency for Bob to just be gone and we don't see him anymore until we get back on track. Always. Oh, that's what happens though. He stops. Because yeah. The game knows that if we follow Bob, you know, he won't lose us, right? So that's the reason why. He stops here for a reason. Because this is the end of the line. Like, this is backwards. You're not supposed to go backwards, the end of the line. I feel like we are definitely not supposed to go beyond Bob at this point. Because there are no more Bobs after this. And we don't make progress at all in the game. The only way is to move forward, I know this. But there's nothing more to do. Like, my eyes have been peeled for a long time now. And nothing different is happening. Oh no! Right when I say that, the yellow stripe looks weird to me. It looks like little faces are imprinted in the mold, the rubber of the yellow strip. Oh gosh, how long have I been walking and maybe not noticed that? Or is it just now that it happened? Because it's like, the moment I feel like I'm gonna give up is like the moment something happens. Did you guys notice that while I've been walking forward forever and ever and ever for like the last 10 minutes? Did you guys notice the texture of the yellow line had changed? I didn't. So, do we turn back now? Like right now? Because that's an anomaly. You just turn around right now? We just saw Bob though and he stopped over there. Look, the texture is changed right here. This is back to the normal texture. So right when we see this, that's when we need to turn back. But I don't want to pass Bob because that never works out. Is Bob still there? Yes, he is. What do we do with this in this situation? I don't want to go beyond Bob. Okay, I see you, Bob. Let's go back here. Is the texture still there? Oh, wow. Wow. Okay. We have to make a mental note of this. The texture's back to normal again. Okay. We saw an anomaly, and it was very close to the reset zone of where Bob is, where he's looking at his cell phone. We did that correctly. We went backwards, as we should. We bumped into Bob. Bob is the threshold point. When he's on his cell phone like that, that's the threshold. You don't go beyond that bounds, because you're just going backwards. And that is not the right direction at all. Then we turned around, as we should. We came back, and the anomaly's gone. Which means we move forward until we hit the next anomaly. Okay, I think we have that. I would say we have that understood now, right? Bob being on his cell phone like that. We do not pass Bob, no matter what. We won't do that anymore. Hello, Bob? Isn't that like, wow? Because there's, you know what, in these hallways, there's not a lot going on. It's rather barren, right? But how the developers and designers find the most subtle changes to, like, fool you. And that I did not see. The texture of the yellow line on the floor changed. Kind of creepy that it was, like, face imprints, though. Whose face? I don't know. It actually kind of looked like Bob's face a little bit. Imprinted on there. It actually did kind of look like Bob. A bit. I don't know for sure. Like, maybe we should also pay attention to the tile work, too, on the walls and stuff. Like, will the tiles change at any point? I have to be mindful about everything. How many more loops will we have to run before something new happens? Like, I don't even know when the texture of the yellow line actually changed, at what point. I don't even know. I want to say that it may not have changed for quite some time, because my subconscious has a tendency to pick things up. anomalies, it just, my subconscious just picks it up even without me really looking for it. It wouldn't surprise me if we actually ran like 50 cycles just then, which took literally 10 minutes of gaming time, and then something happened and an anomaly took hold, and I noticed it. I wouldn't be surprised if I actually noticed it right away when it happened. Like a part of me is like, I feel like I need to stop a little bit and pay a little extra attention. Just a quick glance around, but it kind of stops me for a bit. It interrupts me from running, and it actually slows me down per cycle, because I know at the same time nothing actually changes at all per cycle, and it might be a question of simply running a certain amount of cycles before an anomaly does start to occur or change. But you want to get through the cycles as fast as you can, right? We don't want to like pander around for too long, because it just lengthens the amount of time we're sitting here in purgatory. Oh, actually, we're not sitting, we're just always in the mood, but the amount of time that we're here in purgatory. So like, I don't want to slow down, at the same time I want to, sometimes just to take a quick gander of things. How many cycles ahead are we gonna do? No? Gotta remember to look up and down a little bit. Nothing is changing. Yeah, like, I swear, it's like my subconscious just picks it up. It just kind of like, something is a little off through my eyeballs and into my brain, and my brain picks it up before my eyeballs really register. But then all I know is that I immediately stop running. Like, it's like what? Something is in my brain, like, and then a moment later, like a second later, 1 second later, I see where it is on the screen. But it's like my brain picks it up before my eyes truly register it, if that makes any sense. It's the weirdest feeling. Like, same with his smile before when he's walking by, and he's got his big smile on his face, and I was in the middle of talking, I wasn't quite paying attention. Something registered in my peripheral just then. I almost passed him. I almost passed Bob by, and then it was like a second later after I stopped. I'm like, oh, he's smiling. Look at this! Oh man! I just turned around slightly. I was actually kind of looking at the vent, and I see the sign. It changed. Turn back, turn back, turn back. It's telling me to turn back because that's technically an anomaly. My green screen is getting a little bit funny here. It's because I have a window up above here in my office room, and when the daylight changes, it kind of does some funny things here with my webcam and my green screen. I'm gonna try to turn off my desk lamp here a little bit. Yeah, that actually helped. Okay. Yeah, really cool. Usually says Concord there, right? And now it's saying turn back, as I should, because it's an anomaly. So I'll do just that. Isn't that cool? A reverse sign. How often would you run by that and just completely miss it, right? Because it's not in your vision. You have to turn around. But you guys see me. I do that periodically. I actually do turn around and I will look right at that Concord sign. Or the vents, you know. Interesting. Okay. So here we are. We definitely know, do not pass Bob when he's on his cell phone. See you, Bob. Okay. And we're going to go back again. Let's see if that Concord is still there or not. It says turn back again, but you know, I don't think we need to do that. We'll keep going because we saw the anomaly. I don't think we need to turn back again, right? Let's just do it for the heck of it. I just want to see Bob still there on his cell phone. He is. Yeah, that's fine. Let's go right up to him and then... Whoa, wait a second. Now... It says concourse. See, I went up to Bob again, and then I had a fleeting notion in my head to touch Bob. Like, to go right up to his back. Because in my head I was thinking, like, reset on course? You know, like, do we have to go right to Bob again as a reset trigger of some sort, and then carry on again? I'm wondering about that now. Because we don't always go right up to Bob when we see him. And then when we move forward, we're doing loops again, lots of them before we get to the next anomaly. Now I'm starting to wonder, and I don't know if this is a thing or not, but if we don't do things precision proper, like if I don't touch Bob really, like go right to his back, are we actually technically kind of failing the anomaly? And we're running past the anomaly again, but then we're being punished by going through many loop cycles before we ultimately get to the next anomaly. I'm starting to think we will always get to an anomaly in this game. Like, it's always going to be ahead of us, but it's a question of time. How long away are we going to get to the next anomaly? How many cycles? You know, we're going to be punished. If we're being punished, then we have many cycles between one anomaly and the next. If we do things more correctly or entirely correctly in the way of turning backwards properly and then resuming again, we don't get punished, maybe. And maybe the next anomaly will be a lot quicker. Much fewer cycles, perhaps. And touching Bob seems to be maybe the way to very properly reset that or get the anomaly put into success. I feel like I'm losing my brains right now. I've been playing this game for so long. So going right up to Bob now, right up to Bob's back, might actually be the proper way to reset this. Because I just looked at him the first time. I came back and it still said turn back, turn back. I did it again. I touched Bob this time. I came back and it's gone. The anomaly's gone. So we'll keep going forward. I'm learning how to resolve and succeed in this place, I think, a little bit better. I feel like it's very sensitive, actually, in the rules here. The law of this realm. And I have to learn how to do it properly, very properly. Now about the punishment phase thing, we'll see how many cycles I do. Will it be a tremendous amount of cycles again, as usual, or will it be something much shorter? I think we've done 1 or 2 just now. Eyeballs moving again. No. I think that won't happen again. I think we succeeded in that, and I don't know if touching Bob has anything to do with anything. I think so, though. Like, it seemed like, that anomaly definitely went away when we got close enough to Bob. And I think sometimes with some of these anomalies, we actually do that. We get pretty close to Bob, if not right up to him. Without realizing that it actually might more properly succeed in closing off a loop. At the times we don't. We don't go right up to Bob, and I think we might be failing those anomalies, perhaps. But it seems like we're not doing a repeat of those anomalies, so maybe we are succeeding in them. It's unclear. I'm trying to test out this punishment thing. Is there a punishment phase here? Are we being punished if we don't do things exactly correctly? I'm not sure yet. I'm just kind of experimenting on that. But it looks like we are already running several loops again. So I'm starting to feel like maybe we're getting into a punishment phase, which wouldn't make sense because we definitely did that last anomaly entirely correctly, I would say. I think I was going to walk the line. Sometimes I do this. Let's walk the line for a while. No, nothing's happening again for a while. So I wonder if the game is programmed for you to have to go through a certain amount of cycles, no matter what, before you get to another anomaly. And then simply to succeed in that anomaly, you gotta turn around, walk pretty much right up to Bob, and then turn around and resume again. Like, what if that's the whole sequence of the game and that's how it's programmed? What if this game is meant to take forever? Like, nothing's happening again for many cycles, it seems. We've got to be going on 12 cycles plus now, right? Poor Bob, always caught in limbo. At least I'm a lot more freer than Bob. Bob can only walk in one direction, for the most part. That's all he can ever do. And stop to browse his cell phone once in a while. But nothing's ever on his cell phone. It's just, his cell phone looks like it's shut off, really. Poor Bob. At least I have a little bit more freedoms and liberties in this nightmarish place. Oh, to actually live here, to exist here. Nothing. We're just running loops here, huh? That's it. We're just running loops. Might we have something to do with these signs again? I don't know. 1. Zero. Let's go backwards and treat that 0 as an anomaly, maybe. That's an interruption in the sequence of numbers. But let's only go so far as... Let's see if he stops. And he will, I think, regardless. But let's just wait till he stops. You know, tap him on the back and move forward again and still see if it says 0. You're gonna stop, right? Yeah, he did. Okay. Tap him on the back. And let's see if it still says 0 on that exit sign ahead of us. It does. Whatever. Let's keep going. 0 again. I don't think the signs are to be treated as anomalies, actually. I don't think so anymore. Even though that doesn't really make sense, like why I would go 0, 1, then back to 0 sometimes. It's pretty strange. But I don't think they're treated as anomalies because nothing actually happens. Like when I reverse and I go back, nothing seems to happen. So. Two. Wonder why sometimes we end up seeing exit 3 and once even exit, or a couple times exit 4. Like, how does that happen? One. 0. Part of me feels like, you know, I almost want to treat that as an anomaly. This just doesn't make sense. Why that happened? Let's look at this side too. No. And we know, like, truly not to pass him. He's gonna stop here. Tap him. It said 0. We're gonna go back up here. Normally we just run past again. Let's go to 0. Stop there. Let's turn around again. Let's find Bob. Tap him on the shoulder again, and then go back again. I think this is a complete waste of time, but hey, Bob. Tap you. Let's go back again. Zero. Let's go back to Bob and just run past Bob. I'm sure that it's just going to lead to no more Bobs. Bye-bye. See ya. What would happen if we walk backwards forever? You know, just go in the wrong direction for as long as we possibly can. What if that's the way out of here? To like totally break the rules of the guide. What if we just go backwards forever, evermore? No more Bobs. No more changes. No more anything. What if we just spend the next hour running backwards? What if we spend the next year just running backwards in this game? What if I just spent the next 40 years of my life running backwards in this game? How long can one run backwards in this game where absolutely nothing changes and keep their sanity? Just try it out sometime. But today's not the day for that. That's it. Had enough. Going back again. Will we see Bob right away? Or will we actually have to recover all those back laps? No, we don't. Bob, right away. Hey, Bob. Sometimes it is nice to see you. He's certainly a regular of the joint. Nothing here. I am about to give up. You know, whenever I say that, whenever I say I'm about to give up, then something happens. Then I like see something. remember I saying. Let's say it on our next cycle. When we get back to that main kind of stretch. I'm about to give up! I'm about to give up this game. I've had enough. I'm about to give up. Can you hear me, gaming world? Hi. Hey, Bob. I'm gonna give up soon, I think. I'm gonna pack this game away. That's the only way I can break this reality, is to literally force escape and uninstall this game. It's the only way to get out. I'm about to leave this game. I don't want to play anymore. Nothing's happening this time. Darn it. I was hoping the Cosmos would hear me on that one. But, no. Nothing happening here. I'm going loony bins. Beep-boo. Nope, nothing's there. Beep-boo. Nothing's here. Yeah. You know what? If I was stuck in this reality, but at least had infinite supply of coffee, that might make things a little bit better. I might be relatively content to spend an eternity in a place like this, Bob. But if I had a fresh supply of coffee always in my hand, like eternally hot coffee, yeah, might be okay. Might be okay. Bob. Help. Help, Bob. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do anymore. I feel like I've made this run, many times now. Like, how many times? Have I done this? Have I looped 40 times now? 50 times? 60 times? 70 times? I've lost count. I don't even know. I don't even know, Bob. I don't know. I don't think we quite hit 100. Maybe we should go for 100. No? Let's do 100 runs. 100 runs and see what happens. Probably nothing's gonna happen. Okay, Bob. You know what would be my dream come true in this place? Is if every time I pass Bob, he would give me a high five. He just spanked that hand. Hey, high five, Bob! That would be my dream. Just a fantasy. Just a silly man's fantasy, I suppose. Let's stay on the left side, I guess. Let's just stay on the left side for a while. These posters, they don't change. I'm always looking at these posters. They never change. I'm always looking out for the wording. Like, maybe the wording of the posters change. That's still the same. Let's look at every sign. Every yellow sign, exit sign, to see changes. some way. Or the people change on the sign? No. Same. Let's forever stay on the left side. Didn't that also amount to something? Nope. Let's just always stay on the left side. Bob is on the right. We're gonna keep to our left. Count these lights. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. On the short run. I don't think I've counted the lights on the short run yet. Da-da-da. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Same old. Oh, my neck. Maybe I should stand here. Maybe I should just stand here and contemplate my existence at this point. Oh. Maybe I should contemplate why I have such a crappy webcam that has trouble adjusting to my green screen, depending on the light factor that is coming through my office space window. The textures, looking at textures everywhere, looks fine to me. I think, I hate to do this, but I think I want to give up. I think I want to give up on this game. I've been through so many cycles now. Nothing's happening. Nothing is happening. Nothing has changed. I swear I've looked at every little detail I possibly can. Nothing is different. Nothing is ever going to change. No, that can't be right. See that little green symbol there? There's just something in my subconscious mind that has a different diagram there, slightly. The guy is doing something a bit different. No, that's gotta... I don't think it's anything at all. He's holding the hose But I feel like I saw him doing something different with the hose in a different diagram. Could it be something so minute as that? Because I feel like I want to give up this forever eternal game. But then I see something like this, and it makes me wonder. I'm going to turn around. I'm going to turn around here. I think that little diagram might be slightly different. Ah, and we have Mr. Bob waiting here again. Tap you on the shoulder there, Bob. Let's go back and take a look at that green symbol and see if it looks different. So he was holding the hose, right? He was holding the hose. Let's see if it reverts back to something different. No, it doesn't. It's the same. We went right up to Bob. We tapped him on the shoulder. That's the best we can do. It's probably nothing. I'm a little curious why Bob stopped right there, though. Let's run one more loop and take a look at that green diagram again. Bob's on his journey, okay. I don't know, there's just something in my head that, it's probably not, it's probably just me overthinking it. Probably losing my marbles, that's what's really going on. I'm losing my marbles, I'm losing my brain. I'm thinking things that haven't changed are changing now at this point, because I'm so bleedingly, like, out of options and starting to hallucinate, maybe, at this point. Bob gonna stop here again like last time? Yeah, so he just decides to stop here. Okay, so that is not the situation that has changed. Nothing. I thought maybe that green icon changed, but no. No, that wasn't. Unfortunately, I was really hoping that would be something. Let's look at her. Like, we just gotta slow everything right down and take a real good look at everything. What if something small moves, like subtle, like those eyeballs from before? Oh my! Wow! Oh! Look at the face on that thing. Look at her face. No. How many times did I walk this loop and I'm looking at these pictures almost every time I walk by? How many times do I look at these pictures and the face was normal? Why now? Why now did it choose to change on me? After how many cycles did I do? I want to say like 70 or 75 cycles. Holy smokes! There we go. Okay. And you know what? That didn't change. That must have changed just now, because we went beyond this point to look at that green icon up there, and we went back, tapped Bunny on the shoulder. That would have reset the anomaly, right? If it were actually this one here, because technically we did turn around, but it didn't. So it must have shown up now. Pretty much, right? After 75 cycles. Something about 75, that's my feeling anyway. Okay, Bob, I found something. I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna whisper that in your ear. I found something, an anomaly. Now we're gonna carry forward. Let's see if it disappears, as it should, because I tapped him on the shoulder. Look at that, face back to normal. Like, I feel like I'm understanding the system of it now a bit more. But when an anomaly triggers, I don't know what triggers it or for how long. I'm starting to feel like It's just the sheer amount of cycles that you do. How many times we make our revolutions through this joint. Or it could be based on time. Like every time we find an anomaly and succeed in that anomaly, a new countdown occurs and it gets longer and longer and longer. That could be what's going on here. And maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe it doesn't matter how many times I run the cycle, loop after loop after loop after loop. Maybe it's just a time thing. Like maybe I could just sit here. Maybe I can just stand right here in this corridor and drink my coffee. You know, think about how beautiful my life is, and wait for the next half an hour, and an anomaly will unlock. Like, what if that's the case here? You know, and I can give my poor old fingers a rest from pressing in my keyboard. I'm starting to wonder, guys. I'm on to this reality. I'm starting to wonder. What if it's simply time-based? You have no choice but to wait it out before you find another anomaly. That means there's like a punishing factor still to this game. The punishing factor might be simply the further you get ahead in this game, the longer you have to wait to get ahead. Woo! Sticky. I don't like that one. But that could be the reality. The rules of the land here. I'm wondering about that. May not matter how many times we run through these corridors. It could be time-based. Here's a question I have. If you were stuck in a place like this forever, for all eternity, what one person in the entire world would you have for company? If you could choose only one person in this entire world, this person, you could know personally in life or not, and get to know them, I suppose. Also, maybe one living person, we will say. You could choose one currently living person in the world to join you in this horrible place. Who would you choose? And the catch to this is that whoever you choose will have to endure this nightmare with you. So you'll be taking them away from their lives, and they will they will be here with you for all eternity. And then they will come to know in time that you took them from their lives and you brought them here to keep you company. Who would you choose? Who would you choose? Would you choose anybody? Would you just remain here alone by yourself forever? Or would you choose somebody? Maybe not a nice thing to do to choose anybody, but at least you will get company. At least you'll get company for all eternity. Who would I choose? Would I choose my worst enemy, who's currently living today? And I do have a worst enemy. I have a rival out there. I will not disclose that, for privacy reasons, but I have a nemesis out there. Someone who I find is most despicable and most deplorable as a human being. The worst of the worst, just about. And someone who I think actually has a living demon inside of this person. Just a real rotten soul. Who is actually always trying to cause me harm in life and doesn't seem to want to go away. This person actually exists in my life and has for many years. But I always seem to kind of win the day in one way or another. But it's rough. It's real rough. would I bring that person here with me? You know? To live in misery for the rest of all that person's eternal days with, you know, their rival, which would be me, I suppose, and I them. I think that might make my journey, my eternal journey, worse. Like, would I like that? Probably not. I certainly wouldn't like the company. But in the back of my head, would I be like, yeah, you know, I locked you up in a hellish place for all eternity. You know, if I'm gonna be here, you're gonna be here too. You know? Would I do that? I don't know. Something to think about. But the company would be dreadful. The company would be absolutely dreadful. I don't think I'd have a good time on that. And on that note, it might be best just to be here alone. You know, I don't think I'd want to bring a loved one here. I mean, it would certainly make the time better, but I wouldn't want him to go through that kind of hell alongside myself, encased in these walls forever. I would probably just endure the suffering of being alone forever by myself. I'm starting to feel like it's time, you know? Like, maybe we could just sit here and not do anything. We could just sit here and let time lapse, and then an anomaly would just unlock. You know, like, is that what this game is all about? Could it be as simple as that? Still sipping on the same old coffee. I actually have it's not cold coffee, by the way, in case you guys were wondering. Since we've been playing for well over an hour now. Probably 2 hours or 3 hours by now, I would think. And my coffee is not cold. It's actually quite warm and warm-hot. Because I actually have one of those coffee warmers attached to my computer here on my table. It always keeps my coffee warm. It's one of the greatest inventions ever. I'm starting to feel like it doesn't matter how many cycles I do. What if that is the case? It doesn't matter how many cycles I run. Maybe I can just stay put and just sit around, stare at a wall, and then an anomaly will unlock. So I truly feel like it's one or the other. Time-based or revolutions-based. How many loops I have to do. And it just gets longer and longer and longer the more anomalies you do. So I wonder how long this game would be. Like, under that thinking, I wonder how long this game would be until you actually win the game. Or break out of this place. Presuming you can break out of this place. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should we just let's just move over to this corner here. Let's just stare at this corner for a while. You know? Let's just rest our head between these two walls and just take a nap. Let's just take a rest. Stop walking. Give our eyeballs a rest. And you know, let's just listen to the noise, to the sounds down the hallway. The buzzing of the lights. The distant clicking of something. Almost feels like a door is being gently closed or opened somewhere. I can't say we'll hear Bob pass us. Because Bob doesn't seem to make any noise with his feet when he walks. Maybe for the remainder of our existence, we can just stare at this corner in the wall. A man defeated. This is I. Wonder at what point, existing here forever and evermore, would one stop talking to himself? I could see myself turning schizophrenic in a place like this. I would just be talking to myself, because Bob's no good at conversation. I'd probably talk to Bob for a while, even though he doesn't reply. I'd probably, strike up a conversation with him, try to keep up with him, mind you. We'd always have to be walking and talking together. But at some point I might kind of stop doing that, I would imagine, and then just start talking to myself. I might even make up some imaginary friends while I'm down here. But at what point would I stop talking to myself? That's when I think the true tragedy hits. When you get so bored, and you just stop talking in general. You stop talking to yourself even. No. Just stop there. I'm going to turn off another one of my lamp light settings. It has like 5 different settings of brightness. I'm going to can I reduce that anymore? See if as the day proceeds and gets a little bit darker outside, my green screen starts to show here. I could get some proper lighting and do some proper balancing systems in here, I suppose. I'm going to turn off my light completely. Okay. I'd probably play around with that a little bit more in the future. But I wouldn't say I have a proper office studio, though. But we'll see. Maybe someday, if I move to a different location. No. This is getting very, very, very challenging now. I don't really know how to proceed. I don't know what to do at this point. Truly stuck in purgatory. Perhaps there is no way out. This whole thing is just a giant prank. Maybe there's some kind of a demonic overlord that is laughing while we're stuck here for all time. What if it's Bob? What if Bob is the mastermind behind all of this? And every single time he walks past me, he's secretly laughing internally in his mind. Maybe he put us here. Maybe that's why that one time he had a big giant grin on his face, because at one point The glitch in the Matrix, and we caught him, happy and smiling, while walking past us, seeing us in our profound misery. One thing I'm also noticing is I'm seeing a lot of zeros. 1. Zeros and 1. I'm not seeing as many 2s as I did before, 3s ever. Like, it's a lot of zeros and... oh, there's a 2. I wonder why the numbers changed like that. I feel like there's nothing left to this game. Could this be it? Anomalies just thin out after a while, and then they just stop. What if this is the end game? Actual purgatory. Without any change whatsoever. You know? What if that's that? What if there is no more? And then the rest of the remainder of the game is just how long it takes for the player to realize that there is nothing more. How much longer will the player persist? Before giving up completely. But I'm about to give up now. I suppose we could have a one-directional conversation with Bob here without walking and talking. I could just block him off and have a conversation with him. Just sit here, have a conversation by the wall, you know. I wonder about Bob's background. Where does he come from? What was his life before he got trapped here? Was he a family man? What was his job, his employment? You know, it looks like he could be a bit of a businessman. Wonder what's in that suitcase. What's in that suitcase that he's carrying? What kind of contacts does he have in that phone of his? Does he play any app games? It'd be nice if actually I could steal that phone from him. Check out what's on that phone and maybe have some app games I could play to help pass the time. I don't know. Maybe his shoes are more comfortable to walk in than my own. Well, I don't even have feet, it seems. Okay, well, guess we'll never know. I think I'm gonna give up, guys. I'm so bored and nothing's happening. Purgatory has truly set in, and nothing is happening. If this is the game, basically, where the further you get in development in this game is the longer it takes to get to the next piece of development. Whew, that's rough. Still interesting. I mean, the rules of Purgatory, right? So, like, it's not supposed to be a great thing. It's not supposed to be a good thing, right? It's supposed to be rough and depraved and depressing like that. Which is fine, dandy, but I am kind of bored, at this point, I would say. Video game or not, I mean, if this was an actual reality in real life, I would be equally as bored at this point. My brain would be numb and right out. And as far as a video game, same thing. I'm kind of getting pretty bored. And if my theory is correct, if my theory is correct, and this game is either time-based, every time you find an anomaly, the clock gets larger and larger, and waiting till the next anomaly is triggered, or it's how many cycles and loops you do through this, how many iterations you go through will give way to another anomaly. Well, okay, that's cool, but it's boring. And I don't know if I want to stick around for that. Especially if I feel like I might know those are the only two maybe possible theories in the game, or a hypothesis in the theory, or a hypothesis in the game. I can't even talk right because I'm so profoundly brain numbed at this point. Yeah, I don't know. The game is kind of starting to bore me now. It had me hanging on for a while there, because things were actually happening at least. Even though, I might have to go through a certain amount of loops, but things were keeping me going. But not anymore. Now I'm bored. I feel like the cycles are definitely increasing, whether it be time-based or walk-based, I'm not sure, once again, but they keep increasing, getting longer and longer between anomalies. So I'm kind of getting bored of that. I think I'm going to tuck away this game. I'm just walking for the heck of it, because I think it might... What if it's still cycle-wise? Part of me doesn't want to give up, so I'm a bit curious as to what the next anomaly might be or look like, And is there a way out of here? Can we get out of this purgatory for this poor old guy? I don't know. I feel like I'm just in attrition mode at this point. I think at any moment now, I think I'm gonna wrap this game up. And I think we might just call it at that. The game where we could very well be caught in this reality forever. And the best thing that I can do for my player character is to break him out by shutting down this matrix. He can't find an exit to this reality, but at least we can shut down the matrix and blank him out of existence. The poor fellow who does not have any legs or feet. Bob, I think I'm going to be able to break you out of the matrix too. We'll just shut down all of your coding and put it to rest for a while. That's that. Okay. Well, I'll get to reviewing this game then. I am going to pack it away, guys. I'll review it. I'll keep walking while I review it. For the the sake of things. But yeah, I will say that in general, I really like this game. It makes you think, makes you pay attention to detail quite a bit. It's quite complex and confusing for the most part, but it does grow on you, and you start to get a bit more of an understanding of how the system might work, somewhat. It definitely gives you the impression, and well, the appreciation of being locked in a reality where there is no way out, and it just cycles and loops forever and ever and ever, and how dreadful that experience can actually kind of be. Yeah. I like this game. It's done by an indie company. It was a rather cheap game to buy. It only cost me like a few bucks or something like that. But, you know, I really like this game for the most part. I would say getting up the first hour of this game, I'm definitely, I would say, hooked. The second hour getting into this game, you know, okay. You know, okay. Hooked enough, I guess. Okay. Seeing where it leads. But when we start getting to the third hour, and I think we're into our third hour now, if not more than that, it really starts to taper down and get rather boring because nothing is happening. You're really just... I think this might be the end of the game. Like, maybe this ends by attrition. It keeps the player hooked, like, with a few things that happen, and you want to keep going, but then, you know, the true reality of an unchanging world sets in. And the player just feels that. You know, maybe that's the point of this game. So, I will give this game a good... I want to give this game a good 8 out of 10. You know? I like so much about this game. I might knock off the couple points then, because maybe it never ends. But also, you're just unsure if it's supposed to end or not, which is kind of sits weird, funny with me. And it does become very, very boring at a certain point. Getting into hour 3, very boring for me, I would say. And it gets to the point where the player, especially myself, wants to throw in the towel and just quit. You know, time to end the game and just uninstall it. I'm not sure if there is an ending to this game or not. After this, I will Google search it and, you know, do a little research on it. I won't be back here to tell you guys, you know, what I figure with that research. You know, but if any of you do that, you're welcome to put those comments down below. Just please do me one favor, the rest of my audience. Put in bold letters, spoiler alert, on your comment section, and then, you know, a few spaces down, like, you know, enter a few blank spaces down, and then, you know, write what your findings are. Just so the other, you know, viewers who are tapping into this aren't getting immediately spoiled. They have no idea what they're walking into this game. Just like, you know, this is my experience walking into it. You know, keep it real with them. But yeah, I'm kind of wondering if this game actually has an ending or not. I'll research that afterwards anyway on my own. But yeah, I'll give this game a good, I think a good 8 out of 10. I thoroughly enjoyed an awful lot of this game. The ending just gets extremely boring. That's all. So... yeah, great. Anyway, thank you guys for walking through this with me. As boring as it might have been at certain points, but an interesting game anyway. Good for the philosophical mind. See you next time.